Well, hello, and welcome back to the BackLog, and welcome to Between Horizons. I love a good arc ship, and a great arc ship story is hard to come by, and that's what this one looks like. It looks like it's going to be a wonderful time as we solve a case that's going on this arc ship on the way to some distant star. And I love it so much that I got another copy of the game that I'll be giving away. So continue watching, and I'll explain shortly how you can enter to win a copy of Between Horizons. So without further ado, let's dive in.
I must have been 8 or 9 years old when I first realized that I would never witness the Zephyr's arrival. As a small child, I often imagined myself stepping foot on Eurus D, leaving the ship for the first time in my life. I didn't understand at the time that this was a privilege reserved for my grandchildren. I still remember the conversation I had with my father. He was uncomfortable about the whole thing, and I get it. People don't like talking about their children's mortality. Still, he made me feel better. He reminded me of the importance of our mission for the survival of mankind. We're the only egg in the second basket, he said, or something like that. The basket being Eurus D, a habitable planet just 4 light years away from Earth. And the egg, that's the roughly 1,300 people aboard the Zephyr. Everyone I'll ever know.
Well, not quite everyone. You're going to have kids, and your friends will have kids. But anyway, yes, welcome. Welcome to the Zephyr. Stella? Yes, okay. When prompted, pick one of the multiple answers. Use A and D to convene. Okay, gotcha. No, don't repeat the tutorial. Stella? Stella? Did you go to bed already? Of course not. Well, in that case, do you have a few minutes? There's something I'd like to show you. What is it? You'll see. It's a surprise. Okay. I'll be right out. Great. I'll be in my bunk upstairs. We have a case, and it's to go upstairs. Gotcha. As you bring it, you have to go for a tab, opens the thing. Some tutorials briefly take over the controls. Okay. Gotcha. Your personal digital assistant offers a variety of crucial tools. Q and R, all right. In your progress objectives, good. Previous, close your PDA immediately. Repeat tutorial, please do not. Oh, kind of weird camera angles, but I'll allow for it. Okay, we have pet the cat. The cat did not care. I know you're sick, but I have to go out for a bit, okay? I'll be back very soon. Whoa, we have an alien cat. Where did we find an alien cat? If we are the egg in the second basket. We're here, and there's the chief's bunk. This location is locked. All right, we gotta go here. Cool. So we gotta go up the stairs.
I knew that Dad was worried about me. He'd noticed that I'd been sleeping a lot lately and virtually stopped socializing. I wasn't sure at the time what was wrong with me, but I found it harder and harder to get motivated.
What is it you want to show me? Our messages from Earth for the Arrival Day celebrations came in earlier. Already? Arrival Day is still weeks away. Yeah, they always send the messages in advance to be sure we have them in time. Earth has a surprise for us this year. What surprise? Tell me already. Everyone got a private message from their relatives. We got our own personal message from Mom, Stella. Can you believe it? Navigator Joseph already relayed it to me. Do you want to see it? Yes, of course. Okay, here we go. So this part is only for my family, right? Okay. Hi. Oh my, I haven't prepared anything. They only just told me I could say something to you guys in private. How are you out there? I hope things are going better than they are on Earth. We've been having rolling blackouts again. I was so worried they'd get in the way of this recording. Anyway, I wanted to say that we recently received the video you sent last year. Stella, I'd never seen you in that uniform before. Wow. And William, you look like you haven't aged a day. Still the handsome young man I met 40 years ago. Remember that night? We were on a ship of all places. What was it called? Something Sparrow? Or I'm mixing it up now. I'm so proud of both of you. This mission is such an incredible, enormous thing you're doing. Everyone on Earth is rooting for you. It's been so many years since you left, and it still doesn't feel real. I really hope these messages get to you. I worry about it every year. I don't know how they do it. It's all magic to me. You'll see more of me in the public video, unless you watched that already. Happy Arrival Day. You say that, right? Love you both. That was it. Seems like they weren't given much time to record these. I'm just glad she had the opportunity at all. Is this going to be part of the yearly update from now on? I don't know. Maybe there's something about it in the other files. They just came in an hour ago. Don't tell anyone about it yet, okay? Everything all right? Dad? Something your mom said has me worried. What? There's no way she forgot the name of the ship where we met. I have to talk to the captain. About Mum? Not directly. It's complicated. This can't wait. Sorry, I'll explain later. What? Okay, all right. We're here. We're on an ARC ship. I'm getting a call. What's going on tonight? Sergeant Aldrich? Assistant Chief Stella, are you with your father? He just left. Wants to talk to the captain. Then maybe you can step in. Could you come talk to me at the security office? Sure, I'll be there in a minute. Are you all suited up? I am. Why? You might have to look into something. I'll explain when you're here. It seems like you may need to brush up on your suit's scanning ability. Trigger it by pressing spacebar. Objects you can investigate are highlighted in blue for a short period of time. Collect them by walking in range and pressing E before they stop glowing. Oh, I will grab this bonsai tree. I shall take it with me. Once a clue's been collected, an entry about it's updated in your PK. Okay, good. Special icon. Try more now, okay? Cool. No. Okay, got that. Let's get that. I can turn into a radar. I love these types of games. All right.
Dad seemed to be pretty shaken up, but I didn't understand why this detail was such a big deal to him. And what did the captain know about it?
All right, we got to get to the security depot. Security office is down a level and then over. So we got to go this way. Why wouldn't there be handrails? There should be handrails. Do we have to go down an even further level? Yeah, we do. All right, so this is an ARC ship, and I just love the concept of sending people just forever and a day. They will live and die on this ship. Not necessarily that I love the idea of being on one of these or sending my kids on one of these or actually, but you know, just the idea, the concept of it. All right, which one of you is Aldrich? No, he's probably in here. He is not in here. Let me scan the room real quick. I'm just going to use my spidey sense. There's Aldrich. Good evening, Sergeant. Assistant Chief. Hey, Stell. Hall, address her properly. Come on, Dad. We should stick to protocol. You can call me Stella. It's all right, Aldrich. I don't need to hear my own title all the time. As you wish. But I would like to point out that your father places great importance on procedure. Anyway, let's talk about the reason I called you. The door in the network area triggered a security alert. I've had some false reports due to defective sensors lately, so it might be nothing. However, I tried to check in with programmer Aaron, who works down there, and he hasn't answered his PDA. It's possible that he's wearing noise protection, but we should make sure everything's all right. Could you take the elevator down to the inner hall and have a look? Of course. Should I ask an enforcer to come along? I don't think that's necessary. Programmer Aaron should be in the network office. All right, I'll make sure he's okay and report back. All your dialogues are recorded to your PDA. Oh, that's handy. If you ever find your journals aren't detailed enough, you can reread a conversation right here. Okay. All right. Hey. No, we're not talking. I don't want to talk to you, Paul. Talk to you later. Yeah, so I love the idea of an arc ship and... Oh, it's down there. So we gotta go over here. And just the, because you would want to send a very diverse group of genetics so that you don't become genetically bound or bottlenecked, What happened to the door? I don't know. We're gonna go right on. Oh, wait. A broken door. I am going just to turn into one of these. Network office. Good. Programmer Aaron? Aaron! Are you alright? Oh, Aaron, what's wrong? What happened? My head hurts so bad. It's bruised in the back. Can you move? It is? Oh, ouch. What happened? I think someone was here. Someone was here? What do you mean? I went to the cafeteria for my evening break, but I returned a little earlier than usual. I've been working on a new data routing algorithm today, and I had an idea I didn't want to forget. When I came back, the door to the network area was broken. I wanted to check if everything was all right in my office, and when I came in here, there was someone standing next to my desk. What? Who? I don't know. I think a man. He was wearing a disguise. I turned to run back out, but he jumped me. He hit my head with something. Oh, that's all I remember. Give me a second. I'll get help. Dad? Something happened down here. Aaron was attacked. Attacked? How's he doing? He seems okay, but his head's bruised. I'll send a medical team. Who attacked him? I don't know. He said the person was disguised. Seems like they broke into the network area. The door at the entrance been cracked open. I'll inform Sergeant Aldrich and join you as soon as I can. Do you have your weapon on you? Yeah, I do. Good. I'll be there in a few minutes, okay? In the meantime, you should have a look around and talk to Programmer Aaron. Maybe you can find out what the intruder wanted in the network area. Okay. Watch your back. I'll be there soon. All right, we'll talk to you in a second, but first, on Network Duel, this device on the floor looks out of place. Maybe Programmer Aaron can tell me more about it. I should show it to him. Yes, I found an interesting clue. Good. Nope, I didn't pick it up. It's just there. Okay, hey, buddy. So about the F. So I can tell him what I found. Do you know what this is? Of course. It's one of my tools. Where did you find this? Next to the door, to the network access point. I definitely didn't put it there. Do you think that the tool could have been used by the intruder? I'm sure. You'd need to access and manipulate the data in the terminals in the network access point. So that is probably what they wanted in here. Is there a way to find out what they did exactly? Would be a good start if we knew which network they manipulated. I'll grant you access to the terminals. Thank you. What can I see in those screens? Each terminal shows a visualization of data that was sent through the respective network over the past 24 hours. Ferret created the visualization a while back to make it readable for non-technical users. The left side is data being sent and the right side is data being received. If a network was manipulated, there should be some irregularity on one of the terminals. I'll have a look. Thank you. Your first case. Progress is tracked in your PDA. Actually, this is my second case. My first case was my dad. Once solution has been assigned, a submit button will appear. After hitting that button, you can no longer change the solution and the case is closed. You alone decide at which point to submit the solution. However, be careful if you aren't confident in your conclusions just yet. There's no going back. Oh, this is a mean game. Network access point. Let's go. Oh, I don't know what all these things is. Take another look around the environment you visited earlier is often worth it. Oh. When you collect a clue again after it was changed, the title, description, and image on the PDA entry may be updated. Medical data terminal, food network terminal, recycling terminal. Okay, let's do this one. Oh, no, I can't. They're all... Oh, okay, I can give him this information. Yeah, let's do that. So what exactly do I see on those terminals? A visualization of data that was sent and received. Yes, okay, the amount of data terminals are... If a manipulation like that took place, the amount of data on the left and right won't match up anymore. How about the specific one? Do you see anything off with it? There might be. I'd have to study it closely. No, you should take it easy. I can inspect it myself. Just one more question. They all look different on the left and right. So I suppose the square represents multiple of those lines? That's correct. But I couldn't tell you how many. Ferret looks at these things daily, but it's been a while since I had a look myself. Okay. So, if I look at the evidence, only the workers in the network area are cleared to access this terminal. Yeah, that one's wrong. This one's the wrong one. The PDA network terminal. Can I scan it? The intruder. Okay, let's PDA one. This one, medical, food, this one, yeah. Submit. Yes, I'm for sure. For sure. Stella, everything all right? Programmer Aaron, how do you feel? I feel all right, Chief, but I'll get myself checked out to be sure. I found out that the intruder was up to. He manipulated one of the ship's networks. Good job. I even know which one. Could you have a look, Programmer Aaron? Of course, let me see. Yes, you're right. Looks like some malware was injected into the PDA network. You agree? Good. I mean, not good. Excellent work, Stella. Listen, I actually came here to tell you something else. I've been thinking about what the intruder's plan was. Exactly. These terminals in the access point only contain very recent information flowing from each network to our central servers. If the guy was after recent data, he could have accessed it right here using my tool, but he may have injected malware instead. The terminals are connected to the big servers down the hall for regular backups. Maybe his plan was to exploit this connection. For what purpose? I can only assume to override access rights, so he can extract historical data from there. Would he have to physically go there to do that? Correct. Stella, follow me, now. I'm coming. Let's go. Where are you? Oh, yep, get the gun out. Good. Oh, it's a person. Hey, stop. Stella, let's go. Hopefully those are non-kinetic rounds. Enough! One more step and I'll shoot. Question marks? Lie down flat on the ground, now. I don't think he's gonna do it. Oh no. He escaped. Or she. That's gonna leave a mark. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of... Oh no! What happened? He door's crushing me. What can I do? Why is it closing? They're sealing up. There must have been a breach. Where's the override? I don't think there is one. What should I do? What should I do? Stella, listen to me. Sparrow was our code word. What? What are you talking about? Liz tried to say something's wrong. Where's the override, Dad? Dad? Dad!
And his body will be returned to the ship. He will stay with us until all of our journey ends. On a more personal note, I want to say that William was not only the best chief of security I could have ever wished for, but also a dear friend. I did not expect him to go before me, and I was not prepared for it. I don't think I could have been. I would also like to take this opportunity to put any rumors to rest. William's death was a deeply unfortunate combination of circumstances. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. A cargo box came loose due to malfunction and pierced a hole in the floor of the inner hull. Air began to stream out into the vacuum of the outer hull. The resulting loss of air pressure caused the emergency doors to shut. Thanks to the swift intervention of our brave mechanics, the breach could be contained shortly thereafter. However,
I kept staring at the notes from my speech, even though I wasn't reading a word of it. We had agreed to frame my father's death as an unfortunate accident, to keep the intruder a secret in the name of public peace and safety. It was our highest imperative. If there was a person between the ship's population and their safety, they would get crushed by design. There was no security override to save the individual. In a way, this concept made sense to me. It had to. After all, I was the chief of security now.
Welcome to Between Horizons. Yeah, it makes a certain amount of sense. It makes a certain amount of sense that there wouldn't be an override for the hull breach on this sort of zero-sum kind of mission where you are out in space for hundreds of years, if you can get it up to a good amount of light speed. You can lose people. You can lose a few people, but you can't lose the ship. Anyway, moving along. Comes. Somebody's talking to me. Talia.
Good evening, Chief. I'm sorry to disturb you on arrival day, but there is something we need to discuss as soon as possible. Please come to my office immediately.
Chi has okay. All right. So yeah, this is my dad's bunk, so that would be swapped over to somebody else at some point. Captain's office. Okay, so we need to go down a level, over across, and then up. Gotcha. So yeah, we probably won't be able to actually appreciate the name of this particular game, but because you live on the inside surface of this ring, if you're not familiar with a ring habitat here, you would look this way along the habitat as you're walking on this surface, and you would see the horizon up here, and then if you look back, you'd see the horizon over here. So you are always between these two horizons, and they are far closer than anyway. So, yeah, that's what's going on. I love the whole idea of arc ships. So sorry, it's just one of my favorite. Let's go. Captain Telia. You wanted to talk to me.
Chief Stella, thank you for coming so quickly, especially on arrival day. Unfortunately, some matters cannot wait.
Is that her in the background when she was younger, when she was first assigned as the leader, and then the other dude is the previous leader? So that's great. That's a nice little touch.
During a routine inspection of the inner hull B, Enforcer Bodo caught Janitor Rose removing plating from the wall. She was in the process of retrieving a piece of paper hidden inside a secret compartment.
A piece of paper?
We secured it. Please have a look for yourself. It's on the table over there.
It wants you to read the letter on the table now that is relevant to you can have a closer look. Oh, okay. We're still going through the tutorial, but the tutorial is kind of part of the whole thing, so we won't be skipping the tutorial in this particular game. All right, here we go. Hello again. Thank you for your message. We have great sympathy for your struggle. You're not alone in thinking that more democracy is needed on the Zephyr, and our cause grows stronger every day. Come to the Arrival Day installation in the Earth Museum tonight. Talk to one of the job representatives and mention the word freedom. The symbol on this letter will be on their uniform, not necessarily in this color. Another hint can be found inside this very compartment. With this, you should have all the information you need. Okay. Dissidents, children. What do you make of this?
I was hoping to get an assessment from my Chief of Security.
Well, it sounds troubling. The wording's a bit opaque, but unless it's some sort of a game, it seems like someone's trying to put together a dissident movement on the ship. The fact that the letter was hidden inside a wall doesn't exactly make it less suspicious.
I agree.
What's more, it reads like this is not the first letter in this communication. Do you think that whoever wrote this has something to do with it?
Let's not jump to conclusions. But we need to find out what's behind this as soon as possible. Division among the population could jeopardize the mission, especially if it goes unaddressed for too long. Now, the letter contains instructions on making contact with another person at the Arrival Day festivities. We will keep close eye on the event later tonight. Until then, we have some time to figure out what we're dealing with. I need you to look into two things. I will open a separate case about each of them. Your first assignment, find out the intended recipient of this letter. We already have a prime suspect here, Janitor Rose, who was caught retrieving it from its hiding spot. However, when Enforcer Bodo was leading Rose away, she ran into someone else who was not supposed to be down there.
Who?
Technician Lucius. His presence in the inner hull seems suspicious. We can't rule out the possibility that he was there to retrieve the letter and that Janitor Rose just happened upon it. You know I don't usually intrude into your personal life, but I have to ask, will you be able to remain impartial investigating him?
Yes, of course.
Good. You might also want to have a look around Rose and Lewis's bunks.
Do I have permission to go in there?
They are both suspected of a Degree 6 violation. The Codex explicitly allows bunk searchings in this case.
Right, of course.
Your second assignment might be trickier. Get on the trail of the sender. The only lead we have here is that the note was written on a piece of paper. It makes sense, since communication via the PDA network is monitored. However, paper is not distributed for private use, since it must have been stolen from a public space. As far as I know, there aren't many places on the ship where you can get your hands on it. All of them should be in the public area. Ask Sergeant Aldrich about potential sources of paper. He knows the daily goings-on better than anyone in the crew. Don't tell him why. I suggest you and I keep the contents of this letter to ourselves until we know what we're dealing with. Did you get all of that?
Yes, Captain.
Once you've submitted your results in both cases, come talk to me again.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, all right.
So let's get going. I mean, it would make sense.
Oh, one more thing, Stella. I know how hard it is to lose someone you love. But you shouldn't think that you're letting your father down if you stop torturing yourself.
I'm fine.
Our mission needs a strong, reliable chief of security. especially now that this letter has surfaced. Can I count on you being that for us? Of course. I'm aware that none of this is easy. You are very young, but I need to know that you will try. Understood, Captain. I will. Good. We'll talk later. Dismissed. And happy arrival day. Happy arrival day, Captain.
Talia rarely let the mask slip, but I'd been seeing it more and more lately. She'd gotten visibly angry the other day, which I'd never seen before. She wasn't taking Dad's death lightly and probably felt increasingly isolated. Or maybe I was just projecting.
Yeah, so she probably should have sort of a British accent. The cases Talia has given you lead to new areas of the ship. As a result, they're now accessible to you, and their locations will be revealed on the map. Fast travel. The ship is segmented into multiple main areas, 3 of which are accessible now. Each main area contains a train station. In order to immediately travel to a new location, simply select it on the map and press F. You'll be taken to the closest available train station. Nice! Okay, cool. All right, the 33rd arrival day with 100 left to celebrate on the ship. A special presentation awaits tonight at the Earth Museum. Okay, so they've been on the ship for 33 years. So it might make sense that the previous captain died, leaving a new captain in his place. They would certainly all be older. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. And then 100 more years to go. There are not enough spaces to put pictures on the back there. They need more picture space. All right. The server room, power node. This location is hidden. Okay, we do actually get to see a little bit. I'm not quite sure that this visual is right, though. I don't have. We haven't grabbed enough data to know what the size of this ring is and how many people are on it, and because the size of the ring, the diameter of the ring, dictates how fast it has to spin in order for people to have the appropriate gravity. Wait, this is the brig. This is the brig. Hold on. Where did I get shuttled off to? Okay. So I do need to go to the thing and then down one. Gotcha. And if you are still watching and you want to win a copy of Between Horizons, all you have to do is comment down below some helpful tip that, if you've watched the video, you'll find isn't actually helpful, but make sure you hide it in such a way that people who are just casually skimming down through the comments won't be able to identify that this is an unhelpful tip. We don't want to give away the game to someone who's not a faithful loggy, you understand.
This was my first time being back in this part of the inner hull since the incident. My knees went soft as I approached the bridge. I closed my eyes and took a few deep breaths.
Well, they fixed up the railing quickly enough. Hello, Tonio? Hey, Chief, watch your step. A lot of clutter, not a lot of light down here. Hey, you looking for something in particular? Thank you for your concern, Engineer Tano. Just passing through. There's something I need to look into. Well, keep your eyes open. People get hurt down here, especially without a helmet. Keep that in mind. She probably should have a British accent, but since she's my main character, she has to be the closest to my voice. Otherwise, I will forget. And that's embarrassing when your main character doesn't have the appropriate voice regularly. All right, server room. All right, off to Inner Hull B. Hi, guys. How's it going? Bado and Yaha. Public area, huh? Wall compartment. Let's check out this wall compartment. I do like this system they've got here, where you got the evidence and it just stays here.
Mum wanted to join the mission as well, but she had to stay on Earth because it turned out she suffers from cardiovascular condition, making it impossible for her to survive in space.
Janitor Rose uncovered a suspicious letter here. It looks like someone purposely unscrewed the plate and then loosely reattached it. I flipped it around and found a symbol on its backside. Ah-ha! Oh, a public space, you say? Oh, happy arrival day to you, too. All right, where are we here? Okay, so if we go this way a little bit, we'll get into... Oh, yeah, this must be the habitation area. The Art Institute. They would probably have paper.
Welcome, everybody. Settle down, please.
You've got a weird hat on.
You all know me. I'm Teacher Mariola. I'm also a member of the Ethics Committee. I feel particularly honored to be giving this year's address because it's a very special arrival day. Today we celebrate the Zephyr's arrival in exactly 100 years. But that's not the only number I have for you. You can imagine that as a teacher, I like to do a little math now and then. 1,300 people are aboard this ship at all times, give or take. 1,300, okay, so 1,300. That is a little bit lower than I would expect for an Ark ship, but we'll allow it. In other words, we spend a collective 1,300 years of our lives here, every year. In 100 years, this number will have grown to 130,000 years. That's well over 1 million hours. Taking into account the 33 years we've already been here, that makes 1.5 million hours. Now, let's face it, we haven't spent all these hours being our most productive. We've been asleep for about a third of them. It may seem that during most of our hours, nothing of importance is happening. We do our jobs, follow our routines, but that's not true. Everything each of us does here is important. We are on the Zephyr. We are bringing humanity out to the stars, and we are bringing the stars to humanity. Nothing we do is ever mundane because we do it light years away from home. Never forget that. However, this does not mean that we shouldn't be doing our best to make each of these hours count. The mission is as fragile as it is important. There's no room for slip-ups or slacking off. And frankly, anything less than 100% dedication doesn't befit pioneers like ourselves. So, the next time you find yourself tired or unmotivated or scared, remember these words. We have 1.5 million hours to give to the mission, but all of it could be undone in just one. Spend those hours wisely. Fill them with commitment and purpose and dignity. Happy arrival day. Chief Stella, how did you like my speech?
I liked it.
I think it reminded everybody of some important things. I never thought about how many hours we spend out here. I hoped it would give some people food for thought.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's do a quick run around and check, see if we can find any paper. Earth Museum. Oh, Earth Museum plaque. Can't go in there. Oh, so many people to talk to. Oh, this is such an expansive game. Oh, man. See, this is always what I'm afraid of, because I start in on a new game, and it's like, ooh, I could spend a long time playing this game, couldn't I? The activities room. What? Activities room plaque? Oh, the activities room entrance. I don't know the pin, actually. Yeah, I figured that would be the wrong pin. Let me see here. Doop-de-doop-de-doo, evidence, keypad activity. A keypad at the locked entrance. Some numbers look slightly more worn than others. Oh yeah, so 2, 4, 8, and 0. A small plaque next to the entrance to the activity room in the public area. Current activities, athletic Earth experiences to celebrate on arrival day. Only under supervision. Devrin. So if we talk to Devrin, we'd probably able to. Okay, so 2, 4, 8, and 0. Okay, so what if it's from the bottom up? Nope. Okay, so it's some collection of those. If we go talk to Devrin, he'll probably let us know. But again, the problem is that there's so much going on in here, just chatting with people, you know? So yeah, we can talk to her. We can show her things. The stool. Yeah, okay. It's probably in here or maybe down in the art exhibit.
So, you don't have to worry about it, okay? I'm sure you'll make an excellent contribution to the mission. In fact, you're already doing so every day. Okay. Good. Then get back out there whenever you're ready. Hey, Stella.
Always working, huh?
Yeah, well, I saw Darren walk away crying, so I had a little chat with him. Mariella told him the other day that if his bad performance at school continued, he would bring no merit to the mission. Sheesh. When he heard her speech just now, he projected some of it onto himself. I see. It's very nice of you to cheer him up. I consider it part of my job as a teacher. Anyway, that Arrival a Day event is starting soon. Until then, I'll be at the cafe in case you need to join me. I need to get out of here. Sorry, let's chat upstairs.
Sure, I understand. But do you have any paper? Paper leftovers. Class timetable. And a recycler. Ah, okay. All recyclers seem to look identical, so I'm not creating separate entries for them. I'll write down where I found them around the public area in case it's useful for tracking the recycled paper. Unfortunately, I can't see any historical recycling data in their screens. It just says, in case of malfunction, please consult the professionals in the recycling center. I found a recycler in the school classroom. Okay. A stack of paper that remained unused at the end of the week. 940 grams of paper that were left over after school ended for the week. Why would we have paper? I wonder. Sources of paper. Captain Talia said that there are only a few places on the ship where paper is used. Yes.
Stella, good to see you. Sorry I took off so quickly earlier. How are you? I'm good. Come on. I've known you long enough. What's the matter? I still miss my dad. I just miss my dad, you know? I know how much you've always looked up to him. I can only imagine how hard it is to find your footing again, but I know you will. Yeah, you're probably right, as always. Thank you. Always.
Okay. So we do have good friends on the ship. But who doesn't have good friends on the ship? That's what we need to discover. Who's feeling out of place? Another recycler. More paper leftovers. You! Why are you trying to subvert all sorts of reason? Huh?
Oh, Chief, hi. The Art Institute's already closed for the day, but feel free to have a look around our Arrival Day exposition if you like. I'll stay here for a while anyway.
No plans for Arrival Day later?
No, it's just I've been a little introspective lately.
Are you all right?
Introspective? Everything all right? I've been helping a lot with the Arrival Day preparations like every year, and it's made me think about my role here. Maybe you're not the right person to ask this, but ask what? What would you say is the role of art in society, and by extension, the role of an artist? I'm not sure I understand the question. I mean, is art there to uphold the system it exists in or to challenge it?
Oh, depends on the system. Wouldn't you say?
If it's good, art should help uphold it. If it's bad, art should be critical of it. That's a diplomatic response, but is a system ever just good or bad?
Well, I mean, there's some that are definitely bad.
I'll need to think about it some more. Hey, I've been meaning to ask you, how is Chi-Chi doing?
She's back to her old self. Thank you for asking.
Oh, that's good to hear. Worrying about your pet is the worst.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't just lose my father. I mean, I'm glad that's over. Happy Arrival Day.
Happy Arrival Day.
You want to talk about what is worst? I will tell you about what is worst. I'm stuck in a giant spinning tin can. My father has died. My mother was unable to come here completely. But I suppose the plan can still work. Baptiste. Simon Destinia Onara.
Historian Baptiste, you look upset. Is something the matter?
Oh, Chief, I'll be fine. Just need a minute.
Did something happen?
Oh, it's just... We were going to show this year's messages from Earth after the show. The captain only just forwarded them to us, and I was going over all the files. It seems like this year a lot of personal messages from friends and family were included. When I heard that, I really expected to find one from my own kids, but it seems they didn't send one. So I wondered, is it really possible that they couldn't be bothered? But I don't think that's it. I know I haven't seen them in a long time, but it's really out of character for them to pass up such an opportunity. Do you think they're in some kind of trouble? Earth would have notified us, right?
I'm sorry, I really don't know. I know that Earth notified us about close relatives dying in previous years, but other than that...
No, I don't think they're dead, of course. So what could have stopped them from sending a message?
Your guess is as good as mine. Whatever got in the way this time around, I'm sure they'll be included next year.
I hope you're right. I guess this is going to bother me for at least a year now. I should head back inside. We're setting everything up for tonight. They're probably wondering where I went.
Of course. Please don't worry too much. Mom tried to tell us something in her message. Maybe this has something to do with it. Were they not allowed to speak? Does everyone on Earth know something we don't? Oh. Something about our destination? Something about our travel? Or is it inner Earth politics? I've read Arkship books that have gone both different directions. That like, they found something wrong with the destination, or they found a new way to get to faster than light. Oh man, so much going on. Anyway. Oh, I could just sink into this sort of a game and just wallow around. Oh. All right, Lewis. Talk. Technician Lewis. Technician Lewis? Come on, Stella. Don't need to be formal. Call me Chief. I am Chief Security now, and this is not a private encounter. Please address me appropriately. Okay, Chief. Why am I being detained? I didn't do anything. You'll be let go soon after questioning is complete. Relax, why are you talking like a robot? Because this is awkward. Because this is This is an awkward situation. What were you doing in the inner hall? What kind of question is this? It's not like I'm not allowed to be there. There aren't many places on the ship where I can be alone for 5 minutes. What about your bunk? Come on, Lewis. What were you doing down there? That's personal, okay? All right, Rose. Janitor Rose.
Stella, darling, this is a big misunderstanding. There's no need to keep me locked up like this.
Call me Chief. I'm the Chief of Security. Please address me accordingly.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Chief.
You need to tell me what happened. What were you doing in the inner hall? You were caught with a suspicious letter. What were you doing in the inner hall?
Well, my job. I was on my way back from a cleanup. The engineers made a real mess down there. You should have seen it. Metal shavings and oily footprints everywhere.
You were caught trying to retrieve a secret letter from a hidden wall compartment.
Yes, dear. I was walking through the hallway and I spotted a plate that seemed a little loose. Fixing this kind of thing is part of my responsibility. I wiggled it a little bit and it just came off. There was a compartment behind it. That's where I found the piece of paper.
Did you read it?
I thought it was gossip, a love letter maybe. I had no idea.
Why didn't you call security?
I swear that's what I would have done next, but they showed up a few moments later anyway.
That's all. You know, that is very reasonable. All right, they can be let go.
But follow them. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Chief, what a surprise. Good evening, Devrin. Ocean.
Hey, Stella.
Nice of you to swing by on arrival day. Are you coming to our event at the Earth Museum later? It was all Ocean. She planned and executed the whole thing.
Dad.
You did. You're always so humble. Installations about, the mission.
About people's jobs in the Zephyr and your esteem.
Yes, right. You should come.
I'll swing by.
We look forward to seeing you there.
Dad, we should soon get going ourselves.
Yeah, but okay, so, what if I give you the code? Yep, that. Is there a way I could get in the activities room right now? I know it's closed, but I'd like to take a look around in it for an investigation.
An investigation?
Hope there isn't a problem with the room. I assure you that we follow all the protocols very carefully. Don't worry, it's not about you or the activities room. I can't disclose any details at this point. Well, that's a relief. If you need to take a look around, I'm certainly happy to help. There's a keypad that opens the door. The code's to my year of birth, 2480. Great, thank you. 2480, I should have known. We would have figured it out had I just kept plunking away at it. There we go. Into the activities room. It's a public area. Paper leftovers. Ocean. A recycler. And the Earth Museum. Okay. All right, talk to me about Lewis and Rose. Do you have any further information on the suspects in the brig? I assume the captain has told you everything. Did she mention the necklace? Necklace? No. Technician Lewis was wearing a pendant that's not manufactured on the ship. Either someone made it or brought it from Earth. Yeah, have a look. Why'd you take it? Away from him. It's not illegal for people to make their own jewelry. He was behaving suspiciously. Enforcer Bob Bodo suspected that it might be related to the case, so he asked him about it, but he wouldn't say where he got it from. You know him pretty well, Chief. Do you remember him wearing this? No, I never saw it. He must have started wearing it at some point over the past few weeks. Maybe he'll tell you more about it. Oh, ho, ho, ho. A necklace that was found on Lewis's person. The pendant looks like half a heart necklace. Like Necklaces like these are not officially manufactured in the Ziffer. It must be handmade. Lewis was wearing it when he was apprehended in the inner hull B. He didn't want to comment when asked about it by security. Oh, that's not suspicious. He's got a girlfriend that he doesn't want to tell us about. All right, you. Spill the beans. And what's going on? You were wearing this necklace when you were apprehended. Where did you get it from? Why does it matter? It's my personal life. Please don't be that way. You know the context of our conversation and what it means. Fine. You really want to know? Engineer Isaac made it for me. We've been seeing each other lately. Engineer Isaac, I see. That's why I was in the inner hull. He works down there. I was going to keep him company during his shift. Was he expecting you? Yeah. Then he'll corroborate what you just told me. Is he still working? As far as I know. Oh, the recycling center, you say? Where there would be lots of paper? Recycling times. Yo, Isaac! Hello, Engineer Isaac. Huh? Oh, Chief. Sorry, I didn't hear you coming. Crew member down here in the hall. To what do I owe the pleasure? I'm investigating a security matter. I see. Well, welcome to the club of people working on arrival day. Feel free to look around down here, but please don't touch anything. If you'll excuse me, I have to take care of the tubes here before another accident happens. Another? What about it? Have you seen it before? I have. I made it from recycled materials and gave it to Lewis. Why? Why? Come on, Chief. Yep. All right. Well, that's kind of removed him from the evidence pool. Okay, let's look at this. Okay. Maybe I can find where paper was recycled at which time today. An overview of the latest recycled materials I got from the Device and Recycling Center. Here, what's about this? That's an overview of which materials are recycled at what time. You can't see in which recycler they were thrown, though. The Ethics Committee decided that would be unnecessarily intrude on everyone's privacy. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, okay, cool. Notice any discrepancies? Were there any significant discrepancies lately, like lost paper that wasn't accounted for? Someone stealing stuff again? Give me a second, I'll check the stats. No significant losses, but some small amounts of paper have gone missing over the last few months. System didn't issue any warnings because the quantities are negligible. Nothing is recycled at 100% efficiency. Threads of clothes come loose, a piece of plastic packaging's torn off. This is a little unusual, though. It happens very consistently. For how long has this been happening? For 6 months now. Thank you. Tell me how much paper is recycled this week? Uh-huh. Okay, all right. So they always have 750 grams of paper when they start. $750 grams, and they currently have 495 grams. So if we add 255 to that, we get 750. Okay, so it wasn't the Art Institute. And the Art Institute was one of those 602 or 604. Hey, I need to talk to you about your paper. Hey, one question. I saw a stack of paper on the classroom table. Yes, we sometimes use paper in our classes. Why do you ask? As for something I'm investigating. Your paper supplies are delivered at the start of every week, correct? Yes, exactly. How much paper do you have at your disposal every week? Our stack always gets refilled to 1,200. And people aren't allowed to take any paper home, right? No, paper is strictly a public resource, yeah. Okay, so 1,200. After school ended. All right, so 1,200. If the 260 was added, that would do it. That would do it. All right. It's the activities room. It's gotta be the activities room. But before we go accusing activities room of being a hub of dissidents, let's check out Rose's room, because she's my main suspect here. Red roses. Janitor's board. All right, let's check it out. People are allowed to grow their own plants, but very few engage in it because the conditions in the ship make it very difficult. Rose has always had a green thumb. I wonder if her given name somehow determined her obsession with flowers. The latest message on the board is from earlier today. It reads, I have a spill down here. Could you help me real quick? Much appreciated. Isaac. Okay, and he was actually down there. So... Not unheard of that she might actually be there for a good reason. All right. Where was the paper taken from? Ah, stop it. The Activities Center. Yes, I've submit the case. A new message.
I saw you submitted some first results. Please refrain from confronting any potential suspects with your findings for now. Come to my office as soon as you're done with the second case.
Okay. I figured we had to do both of these. Kind of the tutorial, the intro mission, if you will. Oh, this is looking good. Lewis? Who are you?
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought... Isn't this Lewis's bunk? It's my son's bunk. He's not here right now. Was he expecting you?
Not exactly. Mind if I take a look around?
Huh? No, not at all. Feel right at home. I'm sure Lewis will be back soon. So, Stella, how's your father?
He died in an accident about a month ago. You didn't know?
What? No, oh no, my dear William. I'm so sorry. How are you holding up?
It's okay, I'm fine. You really missed all of that? The accident, the funeral? It was a pretty big deal.
I suppose I did. I'm really sorry.
No need to apologize. I'll stick around for a moment, if that's okay. What is that? Note to Zena. Okay. Oh. Mom, please stay in here. Do not go out without me. Huh. She recently retired from her job as an engineer. Hey, what's going on with this? That message for you on the display over there. It sounds like Lewis wants you to stay here in his bunk.
Oh, yeah. He placed it right by the door so I don't forget.
Why can't you go out? And besides, don't you have your own bunk?
He's just so protective of me. But sometimes I still go out. I went to the Arrival Day celebrations just last week, and nothing bad happened.
That can't be. Last week? You mean last year?
Yes. Last year. Yeah, last year.
Yeah, she's got some kind of dementia going on, apparently. Yeah, I don't really think Rose... I found a message on the board in your bunk. Isaac asked you to come down to the inner hall and clean up a spill.
You were in my bunk? I mean, I suppose it's okay if you need to take a look around, but you might have asked.
I'll ask next time. Sorry, I'll ask next time. Did you go and clean up that spill?
Oh, yes, I did. See, I had a good reason to be in the inner B. That's when I saw those loose plates in the hallway.
Why didn't you mention Isaac's message earlier?
I didn't think of it. This whole ordeal's made me so nervous, my dear.
Well, the timing of this message does seem to line up. You found the note a short while later.
See, I told you it was just a coincidence.
Yeah, you though. You. What's going on with your mom? I talked to your mother. She was at your bunk earlier.
At my bunk?
What were you doing there? My job. Since when can crew enter people's bunk in a suspicion? Come on, Lewis, this is a little more than a suspicion. She was probably happy to see you. She was. Lewis, I'm sorry, I missed that. What are you talking about? Mom's doing fine. Then why are you hiding her at your place? You must have misunderstood something. You know the rules. Senna may have to move to assisted living. You mean we should lock her away? Aren't you already doing that? She'd receive the care she needs, and my mom left her husband behind on Earth to be here. That's how much she believed in it. Just to be locked away with the crazies for the rest of her life? Where I can visit her twice a week? Where she can only leave if a staff member feels like accompanying her? Is this how she'll be repaid for giving her entire life to this mission? I'm sorry, Lewis. She has severe cognitive problems. You know how dangerous this can get for everyone aboard the ship. If she goes out unattended and I'm looking after her, she won't leave the bunk without me. Please. Stella, don't tell anyone about that. I am the chief of security. I'll get her to a doctor if it keeps getting worse. Please don't take her away. The time we can spend together. You just lost your dad. You have to understand how I feel. Is this why you're communicating with these people? Because you're hoping they'll change things and protect Xena in some way? It's you, right? They've been talking to you. You know what? Fine. A few days ago, I found an anonymous letter in my bunk. Someone must have slid it under my door while I was at work. They asked me if I was dissatisfied with the situation on the Zephyr, and I wanted to have a bigger say in how things were going. They instructed me to lean my doormat against the door in an upright position that night, as a sign that I wanted to learn more. So that's what I did. Seriously? That's treason, Lewis. What are you on about? I didn't breach the Codex in any way. I just wanted to know what these guys were up to, okay? The next letter showed up in my locker at work. I was instructed to write an answer on the back and leave it in a specific place. I described the precise location of a wall in the inner B. That's where I sent and received the subsequent letter. An enforcer, Bodo, caught you on the way there. Yes. So you lied to me. What would you have done in my place? I'll need to take detailed statement on this whole exchange, but right now time's running out. Do you have any idea who's sending these messages and what their goals are? No, they didn't say. My first in-person contact was going to take place tonight after the event. You mean the Arrival Day event at the Earth Museum that's about to start, correct? Do you know who exactly you're supposed to talk to? Not precisely. One of the performers. They split up the instructions across 2 letters, probably as a precaution. Besides, the letter you found, there was another in the previous one. It said my contact works in a Category 2 profession. Listen, Stella, you know me. I was never going to do anything illegal. I was just curious. Investigating this kind of thing is not your job. You know you're supposed to report to security. For all I know, you were trying to get in on a dissident movement that could jeopardize the whole mission. Dissident movement? You have no idea what they're about, and neither do I. Then why did you signal to them that you were interested? You think it's so wrong what they're saying? You're part of the crew. But me? The general population barely has a right to know or decide anything. And I do? This is a mission, and we're all part of it. And who came up with that mission? A bunch of people back on Earth that aren't even here. Some of them died years ago. I'm tired of carrying out someone else's plans. The mission is not about your personal needs. It's about ensuring the survival of our species. That doesn't change the fact that we're the ones who should be making the rules.
We spend our entire lives on this ship.
I couldn't believe what he was saying. I'd known for a while that Lewis was unhappy about how certain things worked on the ship, but I'd never thought he would lose faith in the mission. I knew him better than almost anyone in the general population. If his views were this radical and I didn't notice, what about everybody else? Maybe the crew was losing touch. I knew we had to face this before it got worse.
All right. Let's finish this. Lewis. All right. Let's talk.
Chief, I saw you submitted your results. The origin of the paper will have to wait. We first need to focus on the meeting at the Arrival Day event that was mentioned in the letter. The Earth Museum just opened its doors, and the event is about to start. You suspect that the letter was addressed to Lewis after all. Good work. We'll bug him and send him in once you give us the go-ahead. Now, listen closely. There will be people around the museum dressed in their work attire as part of the event. One of them must be the contact mentioned in the letter. Go to the event, have another look at everything we found, and tell us who. As soon as you have submitted your conclusions, we'll send the suspect in to talk to them and get more information. Keep your distance from that point on. Sergeant Aldrich will be talking you through all of it, but don't let people see your earpiece. If you arouse suspicion, or if our suspect talks to the wrong person, we might lose our chance to find out who is behind all this. Understood, Captain. Good luck, Chief.
All right. We've solved 2 of the cases, at least I believe we have. And we've got our next case. If you want to see more of this, just let me know down in the comments below, and we'll play some more Between the Horizons. I'm loving this. It's amazing. And it'll be amazing next time when we come back here on the BackLog.